Hey everyone, how are you doing today or tonight, whenever you're seeing this video? This is Roger, of course, with Grubus Games Unlimited, creator of Dungeon Crusade, and again, welcome. It is very nice for you to be here, and I'm trying to contain myself because I'm still very excited, and it's kind of late here, and there's people sleeping back there, so I'm going to try to contain my excitement, but it's always nice to be here with you. It was about a week ago, I think we were here and we went over the new dungeon boards, which we're looking at the ancient runes. And first of all, thank you for all the nice comments, you know, for me and towards the artist and everything. We love you guys. And we're right at the cusp of, you know, going into mass production. So I have a lot to tell you, keep you updated on. And actually, you know, when I tell you I don't script anything. I actually had to write down a list because that's how much stuff there is to chat about. And I have been busy. We have been busy. But it's very important. You guys are very important to me and you know what's going on. So that's why I wanted to take the time before going into the Spotlight series. So I wanted to kind of do this as like a buffer before we go into the Spotlight series. So sit tight. We got a lot to talk about and I'll try to be brief so I don't keep you. So hello, and new subscribers. As always, thank you very much for the new subscribers here, for joining up on the channel. We're very happy that you're here, and we hope you enjoy all of the content we provide for you. And we have so much more on the horizon when we get into mass production. So as I said, as I go down my list here, so I don't forget, I'm going to be discussing at the end of all of this, what is the Spotlight series? And to me, I think it's going to be one of the best video series on the channel. As you know, we're going into mass production. So we're in the phase of gearing up for the promotion of the game, running the ads for the game, and, you know, getting people acclimated to the game. Because honestly, I have seen just recently, there's been some very nice posts about the game. Some people are like, where did this game come from? And purposely, we kept this game under the radar because I don't like to glow about something until it's done. You know, I try not to. But now that the game is done, I think it's appropriate, you know, to talk about it a bit because the pledge manager is going to be closing. Not anytime soon. We're going to get to that. But, you know, this is the phase now where we're going to start promoting the game. And the Spotlight series, I think you're really going to enjoy. So we're going to come back to that. I'm gonna just move you around here so you can see different stuff maybe. And it doesn't get boring. How about just right there on the shot of the box? And there we go. How's that? So, as I said, mass production is going to be happening towards the end of the month. We're taking the time, as I just said, to promote the game, run the ads, and get it out there that, hey, Dungeon Crusade is done, and we're ready to, you know, roll into mass production. Something else kind of like to discuss, as we all know, what we're all being faced with right now is the coronavirus. And my awesome project manager, and can let you guys know, they have went back to work and they are getting back to everyone. They sent me an email last night, or she sent me an email rather, and I'd like to pass it on to you. So again, you guys, it's important to me, you guys are in the loop with everything. Basically, they let us know that they are back in the offices. They're doing their best to get back to all their customers. And they're taking, you know, the necessary steps to, you know, be careful because, you know, they're in Shenzhen, China. And of course, the outbreak was in Wuhan. And I can tell you a lot about this virus. I have educated myself. Every day we get updates on it. We watch what's going on. So we know the effects of this. Recently, though, we've seen that it's starting to stabilize from the few sites that I've went on. So that's good. But I want to say, because I really care about all our friends in China and, you know, at the shipping company and the manufacturer and you guys, you know, stay healthy, stay safe, take precautionary measures, you know, and, you know, hopefully the WHO, World Health Organization, and all the medical experts from around the world can come together and we can beat this, and they can find a vaccination or medication, because this virus doesn't know borders. It's all over. So I care about you guys, and of course our great partners in China. So please stay safe and stay healthy in that. So I wanted to address that. So they are back at work. They're taking the precautionary measures there. They're rolling on with work. So I don't want to bug them too much, right? Because they're getting back to people while we're getting our promotional stuff ready. But we are going into mass production very, very soon. So I did want to touch on that. And again, I've just been incredibly busy. Just a few days ago, or the past weekend, I had to dispatch the Kickstarter update. And how about we move over here and dice. How about the dice for Dungeon Crusade? There's all those you can check out. Warfare dice, of course, the patrol route die for when monsters move on the patrol route system. Then, of course, you get these dice here for doing the various checks and other things in the game. So check out some dice. But if you want to head over to Kickstarter, I religiously always do the Kickstarter update for everyone. So that is out. I managed to get that put together over the weekend. So I had to get that done. Speaking of the promotion, I just got off the phone after a 2-hour call with the awesome guy over at Pledge Manager. He's the head of the support team, and we're going to be building up the Pledge Manager page, because it's going to be closing. So we're forwarding him a lot of the pictures you've been seeing of the final dungeon boards. So we're going to be, adding that in. So when people go in, they can see actually, all the final stuff and what it's looking like. So we've been busy getting the material ready for that. I told you it's been busy. It has honestly been very busy. So in the next few days, and I said whenever you can get to it, we have to send everything over to them in the Dropbox, and then you'll see that page being even filled out even more with Dungeon Crusade stuff, for people coming in so they could see all of this. And of course, links to the Spotlight series, which we are getting to. And I think that was it. Oh, yes. And then there is, of course, a link in the bottom there that has a link to the Pledge Manager page if you'd like to go and see, everything being offered, the different editions of the game. So I encourage you, if you didn't know that, because a lot of people didn't even know there was a Pledge Manager for Dungeon Crusade. Yes, there's an active Pledge Manager. It will be closed down in the weeks to come. No worries, though. It will be open for the few weeks to come. So don't worry about that. We'll be giving you plenty of fair warning before it closes. So let's get over here. And how about down here at the Dungeon UI board now? And yes, Real to Ram It, if you're listening, I saw about the Blair Witch effect. So hopefully this will suffice. You can check out some of the cool stuff in Dungeon Crusade while I'm just going over this. And again, it's just nice to talk to you guys. I always like hanging out in the comment section and, seeing how you guys are doing and how it's all going. So, yes, the link below is for the Pledge Manager. Dungeon boards. We have been, I think I told you this before, but I've talked to the project manager or at the manufacturer for like all the updated content. We have provided them everything, and I can actually point something out right now. So I'm going to move you over here. But, I am hypercritical about this game, guys, to make it right as rain for you. One of the things that we adjusted, and I told them, and I think a few people pointed this out, and again, this is the proof copy, but if we look at the image here, it's very subtle, but if you look right here, it's kind of off center a bit, and they actually caught that when we were having a video call. So this is going to be just shifted over to the left a bit, okay? All the images on the front, sides, back of the box, we're going to go with a gloss image for this, and it's going to be brightened up and a little more colorful so everything pops a little bit better for you. But that was one thing that they had already seen, that the final production copy, this image is going to be shifted over a little bit so it's nice and even. Other than that, we went over some of the other content in the game. There was some tokens that had to be lined up, and she assured me that I didn't know this, but when they make the proof copy, they sometimes use a hand cutter. So some of the tokens were miscut, but she said when you go into mass production, the machine does everything and everything will be lined up nicely. So we got that. And now I want to tell you about the dungeon boards, and thank you. There were so many nice comments, like how nice everything looks and colorful and lush. Again, I still love this area right here with like the half blue and half yellow. And you know what? And speaking of this, I didn't write this down, and I'm glad I remembered. I'm going to leave a link for you in the description. The artist that painted this, I blueprinted all these dungeons and then gave it to the amazing Shaun Ellis. I want to congratulate him and tell you guys about him, that he has a cool Kickstarter that's going. It's already funded. And he's doing something called, he created some mini games and casino games or gambling games for a thing called Zine Quest. He's already funded. He's got 5 or 6 days to go. Pledges are like $3, $5, and $7. So if you want to go over there and check out what Shaun's going on, this is his first Kickstarter. So I talked to him on the phone last week and was giving him the update with Dungeon Crusade, and of course thanked him for all his amazing work and congratulated him on his first Kickstarter. So check out the link below for his Kickstarter and go over there and see what he's got going on. So maybe you guys are into Zine Quest for this material that he created. This super, super nice guy. But going back to the dungeon boards, there were so many nice comments, and we greatly appreciate it. And like I said, now we're at the point where we can. I was not going to release this game until I knew it was right as rain, and it is now. However, I worked with the amazing Dean Spencer, a good friend and artist. He helped implement, he painted the patrol routes on the board. Well, what we did was, or what I did was, I got the patrol routes, and with his help, and we put them another layer on the board, and we could just take that now, and we cranked up the color and brightness for the final boards. So they're really going to pop when you see the final, production dungeon boards. I also upped a little bit the brightness even more and adjusted the color and saturation on all of the boards. So if you thought this looked good, the final boards are going to be absolutely perfect, because we know now, what we had to work with, and we made the necessary adjustments. So you have that to look forward to. If you thought this looked good, you're in for a treat when you see the final ones. Now I got to go back to my paper. So I did want to point that out to you, that in that time, since I talked to you last, been busy with that. We made the final adjustments for the boards and forwarding those to the manufacturer, and we're good with that. And you know what? Now we can talk about the Spotlight series, and we'll close it out with this. And hopefully I didn't take up too much of your time, but it has been this busy with everything. I have been wanting to do, I'll have to put it back on the board since this is what it's about. And this particular video series, I have talked about for a few years now. And I think it's going to be one of the most best, probably the most professional. And it's exactly what I wanted to do. And now it's time to do it for the promotion of the game. The Spotlight series is going to be this. And you've never seen quite a video like this for Dungeon Crusade. And it's going to take a little bit of some quick edits. But what this is going to be is 2 to 4 minute videos, not over that. They will not go over 4 minutes, or they'll be edited down. I'm going to take each aspect of the game. The next video you're going to see is the introduction, which that will be 4 minutes. And we're going to discuss real quick, right to the point, what is Dungeon Crusade? So if you're talking to someone out there like Board Gamer 69, hello, thank you for your nice comments, or Real to Ramit, or Andrew, and someone says, what is this Dungeon Crusade? you can point them right to the Spotlight series. They can come in and see these 2 to 3 to 4 minute videos highlighting all the fundamentals of the game, all the unique mechanics in the game, and its features. It's going to be very chop and quick edits and talking about whatever's being discussed. So the very first video you're going to see is going to be the introduction of really kind of what inspired me to do Dungeon Crusade, kind of, like some of the games that, that I played, and, my own personal creativity and imagination and ingenuity, putting all this together to make, this game. We'll talk about the Avalon Adventure board game, just touch on that and touch on the dungeon. The next video, we're going to talk about how to be victorious in Dungeon Crusade. Over here, we're going to talk about, and some of you guys may already know all this, but I still think if you watch this series, and they're going to be very quick. How do you beat Dungeon Crusade? We're going to talk about the books here. Remember the books? How when you complete one of the quests, you close the book, and it's a closed book. When you complete a quest table, when all the books are closed, the Elder Globe that's right below the table, this is quest table 1, turns from red to green. Turns red to green, and that means that there's purity in the dungeon for the moment. So there's going to be a 2 to 3 minute video, quick edits talking about that aspect of the game. So you can watch that, you're just going to know what it is. Go on to the next video. We're going to be discussing the loot in the game. We're going to talk about the 9 different rarities of loot. And actually, I'll put you over here because I wanted to show you. See the blacksmith shop here? Well, there's 9 different rarities of loot. There's junk loot, and then gray is starting weapons, what the heroes start with. And then right over here is common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary. Then we get into the gold level. That's fabled gear. That's, from the characters, from the story I wrote, fabled gear is what they held, that they carried. And then, of course, the black level, underworld artifacts. So in this particular video, we're going to break down a loot card. And, it's very simple. That's the rarity. We can tell that's a legendary, Eternal Guardian. Shaun Ellis, again, painted that. Amazing. T3, it's tier 3. That means a level 3 hero can wield that. If it's T2, that means a level 2 hero can wield that. And if it's a T1, that means, of course, a level 1 hero can wield that. So if your hero is level 1, and it says tier 3, they need to be the appropriate level to wield that weapon. That little symbol there tells you, of course, that's a weapon. And, what bonuses this adds to what? Warfare value, how much damage it does, any kind of special bonuses. So there's going to be a video talking about the loot, but very quick and snappy, and using kind of like live videos, so to speak, or, pre-recorded video with putting stuff up on the screen where we can point to different things. So we'll be learning about the loot in the game. But hopefully you're getting an idea from this, We're going to be doing something over the treasure chest deck over here. If you remember, there's that. We're going to talk about the risk and reward, where you could find some awesome gold, a lot of gold in the game, or some lost artifacts, or it could be something very bad, like Minora's gift. And I've never revealed what this is, but trust me, you don't want Minora's gift. So the treasure chest deck, we're going to be going over that. This will probably only take about 2.5 minutes. I hope you're hearing about this. We're going to talk about the blessing deck. When you go back to the village on celebration day or before the game starts, pay 200 gold to get a blessing. Sometimes you can get an angel that'll watch over that hero, like this one here. This is the Angel of Swiftness. I asked Freddie Lopez to do the angels in a stained glass background. So there's something that your hero can be blessed with, +3 to base movement. And then you also learn that sometimes your prayers go unanswered, where despair will hit. So we'll touch on the blessing deck. We'll chat about the mining and crafting system in the game. Tavern tasks. We're going to discuss that. This will probably be a very quick spotlight video, where we talk about how you pick one at random at the start of the game, and these are optional for you to complete if you want. So as you can see, that's kind of what we're going to go over everything. Again, 2 to 3, no longer than 4 minutes. We won't do no 4-minute videos. That way people can just come in and kind of just go right through all of them, and then they can be up to speed on what Dungeon Crusade is all about. Celebration Day we'll be talking about, so all that stuff. So that is what we're going to be working on in the next few days, like definitely into the weekend. I want to try to have the spotlight videos done in, within about 5 days, hopefully. They should be pretty quick because they're short. And then, edit everything together, upload them for you. And I think you'll really like this, this series. And definitely, if you talk to someone about Dungeon Crusade, when this is done, please point them to this series so they don't have to watch, I know some of these videos can be really long. Spotlight series, you can just put them there and they'll be very enjoyable, above all, very informational. And they can make a very comfortable and well-informed decision if Dungeon Crusade is for them. And that's, real quick before I go, we're going to be discussing, like I said, in the Spotlight series, one game that, I'm amped up about, we'll just be doing a quick overview, like 3.5 minutes, of what the Avalon Adventure board game is. How you can play this before playing Dungeon Crusade. So we'll be taking a look at that. Actually, I'm glad I had this here. We're going to be talking about the, like the innovative scenario system in the game, where you can, you pick a scenario, but then remember all these. There's 6 different difficulties, but there's 3 different game modes where you can just play a standard difficulty. The next mode is where you can pick different things you can custom make a game for what you want. Or you can see the dice. You can, of course, roll a d6, jot down each entry, and you let fate decide the game you're going to play. And this, to me, is one of the most, if you don't mind me saying, one of the most innovative things about this game, that this is unlimited replayability, because you can create, just unlimited amount of ways to play just one scenario. And of course, there's all of these scenarios in here for you. I don't know if you know this yet, but this game is packed full of content for you. Definitely made sure of that. And there's the back of the book. So that, I think, consulting my notes, that really helped out. Yes, that was it. And I'm going to end with this, and I've never done this. I'm going to do a product review for you, because I think a lot of people might like to pick this up. And I guess we'll just leave it here. And we'll end with this. But again, I hope that you found this, first of all, informational. A Spotlight series, we'll be talking about a hero card. We're going to break down, everything of the attributes, warfare values. So we'll be doing that in the Spotlight series. But I want to end with this because, and it's a product review, and I wasn't paid or anything for this. I just want to, when I can share something cool with you guys, I'd like to do it. So for the Spotlight series, I'm not going to be talking. I'm going to be talking, but I'm going to be doing a voiceover, like narrating over it. So, like if you picture, there's going to be a video of maybe like a die being rolled, when I'm explaining about hero's movement. So it's going to be, just like a hero moving like this, and I'll be narrating over it. So the thing was, I wanted to get, a decent microphone. So I went over to the store, and I was going to get, if you've ever seen the Snowball microphones, they're like, $55 or something, but Snowball, I think it's called Blue Ice or something, but they're like, looks like a snowball. So I was going to buy one of them for the voiceovers, something not too expensive, because it's, it's just for voiceovers. So my product review, and something you may want to look into, this caught my eye, and it was like, I guess it was the aesthetics of it or the look of it. And I saw this microphone, Blackweb. Now, when I saw a premium USB recording microphone, I'm like, I don't know. And it was $25. But I kind of liked the look of that. And, it had a very, attractive price. And so I pulled out my phone and I punched it in real quick, and there were some, YouTube reviews, and it actually had really good reviews. So I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to take it home, and, if it doesn't do the job or it doesn't sound good, I'll just return it. So I brought it home, and I'll show it to you. Very easy to set up. And I kind of like this. I just like the look of it. And it's really weighty. It's got some good weight to it. Plastic casing. It's got a mute button on it. But guys, I plugged this thing in and did a test with it. I was blown away with the quality of this. I was like, it sounded incredibly good. And you're going to get to hear this in the Spotlight series. So I know that, you guys may do some voiceovers. You could actually use this for gaming. If you wear like a headset and you don't have a mic, you can plug this thing in, and this thing is super sensitive. I mean, like uber sensitive. So it does, it's just, I think it's a really good quality product for the price. Micro USB, as soon as I plugged it into the workstation PC, it auto recognized it. So I just wanted to let you, if you guys are looking for a good mic for $25, the Blackweb. So there you go. Good product, Blackweb. And so we'll end it with that. So there you go. That's my product review. I give it 2 thumbs up, if you will. Okay, guys, as you know, I love talking to you about everything. I'm glad I could get you updated. I wanted to get in here 2 days ago, but it has honestly been that busy with getting stuff done. But I hope everybody has a good week. Valentine's Day, that's coming up. I didn't even think about that. It was nice hanging out with you. I hope you enjoyed everything you heard. Stay tuned for the Spotlight series. I'm going to probably get about 3 videos in, and hopefully in the next few days, you'll be alerted. They'll be on the channel. If you make sure you subscribe, that way you're just, notified right away when we upload something. Okay, y'all, I'm going to sign off for now and get to work on some stuff. I hope everyone has a great day, great night, and I will be talking to you very soon. Bye-bye.